That's the thing. But I said earlier on my name is I feel that for just anybody when you're saying you're trying to gather, why do you think of it doing that? Silver is not that's your brand statement. Okay, excellent. No one spoke. So what is it called? What do you think? Why do you choose Coke over something else? It's Coke, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong, okay? So even before you enter your bag, you see the stallion, right? You're meant to think the single sonata bag. You're meant to think integrity. You're meant to think efficiency. You see a stallion, right? That's the brand, right? So what makes you unique and what makes you different?
Okay, the same will make you unique and able to resolve issues.
Okay.
You know,
You're a problem solver. Awesome. Thank you very much. That makes you different. What makes you unique? What value do you bring? When you leave a situation, what is the positive impact that you leave? Right? So a couple of Rukaya said that she's a problem solver. So she's known for that. So when she comes into a situation, they know, okay, she's going to leave. Your behavior. So sometimes we don't take into account our behavior. You know what I've noticed a lot of times? When we get emotional, we allow our emotions to run us. So maybe normally you're good, but then you have a bad day, and you just show another side of yourself. But the thing about your personal brand is you never know who is watching. And so maybe that day you had a bad day. Maybe something happened in your house, or on the road, on your way somewhere, and so you're carrying all of that emotion, and you come in, normally, or maybe you're on point, but because your emotions take over you, you come in kind of like, you know, or a customer says something to you, and they say something the wrong way, that the next thing you know, you lost it, right? Maybe not here, not there, you know, but, or something like that, do you understand? And you show up a certain way. There's something that people do, right? There's a psychological term for it, but we judge people based on our one experience of them. We don't actually say maybe they're having a bad day. We immediately say that's how they are. And so for you, you have to be thinking, I need to protect my brand. No matter what we face here, whatever challenge, he's going to come up with a solution for it, right? So they know that's how you need value proposition.
The thing is, I appreciate myself when an angry customer might not really be an angry customer. Anybody that comes to me goes back happy. I don't believe in it's not possible. Even when I do something impossible, I will just say, don't worry. There was a customer I told, don't worry, come back by 2. I know it's not going to be possible, but I just have it in me because by the time I start telling the customer, don't worry, anyway, we'll figure out what to do.
And you do it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is really great, right? First of all, I need to know a branch. So if I have a problem, I can get your card and call her immediately, right? So that's the kind of person I want working for me. Isn't it excellent? But here's the thing I want you to think. Value. So you're telling us what you do. I want you to think how that amounts to value for the bank. How that amounts, because that's the messaging. Because we're very good with saying, I do this, but people are not interested just in what you do. They want to know what value does that add to me. So I want you to turn the language around. What is the value that you bring to the table through all of this that you do? So I give you a customer retention, but there's more. What's the value? Because you're so invested in making it work for them. Because of the empathy I have for the customer and my relationship management skills, I'm able to come up with innovative solutions that improve the customer experience, create customer retention, and add up to, so now this is the next level, if you really want to like punch it up. If you think about each customer, what is the value of one customer to the bank? Lifetime value. So there might be a figure. So maybe the lifetime value of a customer is ₦1 million, let's just say. Average lifetime value. These are things you can look up. It's not hidden information, you can find that, right? So let's say you alone, you had 23 people that wrote great reviews about you. And you know the average lifetime value is maybe $1 million. So you can now say, through my relationship management skills, through the empathy I have for the customer, I come up with innovative solutions that create and improve customer experience, create customer retention, and add up to over 23 million naira for my organization. Does that make sense? Do you see it? Do you see it? So you're going to write that down, right? Alright. So who gets it? Do you see how important that's different from I'm very patient, and then when you're saying that the person has just zoned out. But when you come in and you have narrowed it down clearly, then that person is like, wait, I need to hire her immediately. Does that make sense? Are you guys getting it? Because that's the difference between the people that get the big opportunities and those that don't. The people that get funding and those that don't. It's not necessarily because they came from this kind of home, or because they live in Lagos, or because they look a certain way. It's actually because they know how to present themselves. And that's the first thing. You have to get in your mind, what is my unique value? What is the value I bring to the table? Even if you can't say it as well as I said it, you need to just get clear on it, right? And what am I offering? All right. So, this is an easier exercise. I want you to create words that reflect the personal brand that you want. Right? So that first one is maybe a little harder, but do it as homework, a unique value proposition. But this next one is to create words. What are your brand words? When I see you, what words are you reflecting? Remember the woman that was holding the picture with the words? So what are the brand words? So for me, one of my brand words is confident. Do I reflect that? Yes, right? So what are your brand words? So everything I do, I want to show that I'm confident. So even when I walk into a room and I'm scared, I remember my brand word and I just come, hello, how you doing? Right? Because that's a brand word for me. So I want you to think about some of your brand words. So you're going to do partner share. I want you to turn with your neighbor, find a neighbor, groups of 2 or 3, and I want you to share with them some words that you believe reflects your personal brand. The next thing is your body language. People measure your body language, it makes a huge difference. So when you walk into a room, and you're just like, let me tell you a quick story. I had a friend of mine who used to work for General Electric, and he's a man, he's a big guy, tall, African-American, and we went to school together, so I know he's really smart, right? But he used to play football, and he had an injury. And so, based on the injury, he actually, when he walks fast, he walks with a limp. But because he was so conscious of it, he used to walk very slow, because when he's walking slow, you can't even see the limp. But when he left college, we all left college, he started working, and he wasn't getting promoted. He didn't understand why. And what he finally asked one of his mentors, I don't understand why I'm not getting promoted, I don't get good reviews, I work hard. And someone said to him, well, when we have conversations about you actually, and people think you're lazy, because he walks so slow, because he's trying to hide his limp. And he was shocked. But that's what your body language does. So they don't know what's going on. They didn't know he had an injury. And quite frankly, honestly, they don't even care. But they make a snap judgment on him. And that's how the world is. So when you walk in here to work, or you walk into anywhere, And some of us, we don't even pay attention to it. Some of us are used to it. Like one thing I see, a lot of us frown. They're used to it. Right? That's how we are. Some of us smile and you say, why are you not smiling? Give it to you. What happened? Right? They're so used to it. And we don't know the message we're giving. Somebody might want to actually approach you and say something, say, that woman, no. Forget her, she's not she's not a nice person. Because of our body language. Or sometimes we slouch. Right? I'm so tired, don't just send pressure. And you walk like that. And people then assume that person is not organized. Right? They assume that person is not efficient, that person is not a leader, right? Meanwhile, you have all the qualities, but because we're not paying attention, we're just used to anyhow. So that changes today. You have to begin to become intentional. When you walk into a room, you realize how valuable it is, your posture, and you stand. Because it's the way you stand that someone will say, okay, this one is not for me. Does that make sense? Alright, thank you. So, it's the reason.
Very accomplished. So when I was growing up, most homes, your parents encourage you to read and get a good job. In my own case, my dad would say, read or get something that will sustain the self-employed. So unfortunately, he died before we grew up. So I found myself in banking, but I knew I have other skills. Because everybody at home was encouraged to do something. I was taught to sell at a very young age. So I think I have a passion for marketing and selling. I know this is something, it is in me. This is something I love to do. So that's my whole story. So I find myself here in the bank. It's not that I really want to work in the bank, but I want to build myself. Build my own brand, sell my own things.
Because you have to think about that. Your behavior matters. The way you talk to somebody matters. Right? You come in and maybe you have a colleague, and that colleague behaves somehow to you, and they did something to you. And so because of that, you're irritated. And so you come, maybe you have to give her a document, and you just fling the document to her, or something like that. Who's seen that kind of thing happen? Or you just put it down anyhow. Because you're annoyed. And maybe you're justified in your anger. But the person who can give you your next level promotion is walking by at that moment. And they see you. That's the assumption they have about you because of that one thing you did. And it's very difficult to change people's assumptions about you. In fact, it takes several positive interactions before they can shift a negative interaction with you. So you need to protect your brand. Your behavior really matters. There are people that they don't even know it. Have you noticed? They just look mean, and they're not angry or mean. They're used to it. That has become their standard. And then when you say to them, why are you always angry? They're like, I'm not angry now. And you're like, well, you look angry. All people that shout, they shout as a matter of course. There was a woman I was dealing with, and she was a customer, and she was trying to give me information. And the person from my office had called her before and said, oh, she got angry with me. And I was like, why was she getting angry with you? We're customers now. What does it even get angry about? So I called her myself. Within a minute, she started, and I said, and because there was nothing, I said she cannot possibly be angry because there's nothing to be angry about. But I realized that's how she communicates. She's used to being very aggressive in her communication. So I said to her, excuse me, madam, I need you to take your tone down. Because what you're doing is making me feel as if I'm being yelled at. I'm a customer. I shouldn't be yelled at. Immediately she was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. She wasn't aware. But you see, the problem with that kind of behavior is, now me, if I wasn't saying that to her and giving her the benefit of the doubt, I would leave that saying that one is a rough, rude, aggressive woman. And perhaps she's struggling in her customer service area. She doesn't know why. Because she's not asking herself, How are people experiencing me? That's a critical question when you think about your personal brand. So you might say I'm quiet, but someone else's experience of you is not that you're quiet, it's that you're standoffish, it's that you're aloof. So you're responsible for two things if you want to be successful. Your intention, which is what we often focus on, but also your impact. And that's that experience that people have of you, okay? So, we talked about your physical message and how you show up, your walk, your talk, all that. Let's talk about your digital message. How you are on social media? Yeah? Okay. Call it out. Which one? So Facebook? Okay. Instagram? LinkedIn, okay, go Twitter? Snapchat? Okay, I don't know Snapchat, okay. Any other weird ones that I don't know for my demographic? Alright, great. So most of us are on social media. And we need to think critically though about our social media, because even though social media is personal, increasingly employers, business people, everyone looks at your social media to get a sense of who you are. And anything you put on social media is never really private. And it lasts forever. Now sometimes you can Google somebody and their social media thing will come up. And sometimes people say the most ridiculous things on social media. And so I really ask you to think critically, especially as you become when you're thinking about managing your personal brand and you want to elevate, you have to start thinking strategically about your social media. It's not your personal home. In your back, in your home, in your kitchen, in your living room, you can express every opinion. And you can say anything, you can put anything you want, you can dress any way you want in your home, right? But when you come out, you have to present yourself a certain way. Social media is like that. There was a woman that wanted to work with me one day. She said, I really want to come and speak at your event. I said, what do you do? She said, she gave me her story, good story. She said, I'm a chef. I said, okay. Give me your Instagram. She gave it to me. I went to her Instagram. I didn't even see her holding an orange. All she was photos. And I said, and some of them were scantily clad. And I said, I can't have you at my event because your brand right now is negative. And it's going to impact my brand if I bring you along. They'll say, this is not a person that she has. Because they will go to your Instagram and all they'll see is, I say you're a chef, I should see a spoon somewhere or something. Your social media should reflect who you say you are. Because if you go to mine, you will see my thoughts, you will see pictures of what I've done, because that's one of the ways you tell people what you do. It's one of the ways you brand yourself. So it's not just your own selfies, but let us see what you're doing, right? It's part of managing your reputation. When people Google you, something should come up. A lot of us, when you Google, there's nothing that comes up. That's when you want to rise. Because typically what happens is, if you're in somewhere, if you want to do something at a certain level, first thing they'll do is Google you. Then when they Google you and they see something, okay. So you guys, go and Google yourselves and see if anything comes up. If nothing comes up, you need to start thinking about making something come up, and I'll tell you how to do it. So you should be Googleable. That's how we know you're relevant. If you're not even on Google, are you alive? That's the way people think, right? And this is for only if you want to elevate your brand. If you're not interested, that's okay. If you want to be private and quiet, that's okay. But if you want to elevate your brand and do something, these are things that you need to put in place, okay? Your digital calling cards. So there are people that have businesses, and it always amazes me when they don't have a website. You need a website. I'm not going to talk much about that. You need a website. Simple. It doesn't have to be too fancy, but you need something. Your email, if you have a business, and we can't really just say refresh with at Gmail. I mean, I have a private Gmail account that I use, but only the people I already have a relationship with. But when I'm reaching a prospect for the first time, I use my official email at refreshwithekene.com. If you're reaching out to somebody on behalf of Union Bank, you're not going to use your Yahoo email or your email. You're going to use a Union Bank email. You need to use a professional email. If you have a business, you want a professional business email. Your email signature. That's an opportunity again to brand yourself. So, there's the basic one, right, which is fine, which is very professional. At least let's see your name, your title, your phone numbers, and whatnot. Those are the professional ones that are created by the company. That should at least be there. And maybe if you want to use something extra to brand yourself. I'm in the thought leadership space, so I'll often have a quote or something on mine because that's part of what I do. So you want to have those things. This is an example how social media can destroy you. You know, this happened in the US. This woman is called Justine Sacco, right? And she was the head of communications for a major company. And this was what she wrote on her Twitter one day. She wrote on her Twitter one day, "I'm going to Africa, hope I don't get AIDS, just kidding, I'm white." So she really was a joke. By the end of the day, so much had happened with this. The next day, she was fired. This was her personal Twitter, not to do with her company. She just said, you don't know who's following you. So you have to be very careful about what you put out there. Let's talk a little bit about more presence. We talk about your physical presence, we talk about your digital presence. I want you to think about your past and future presence. So, I talked about getting clear on what your accomplishments are and writing them down. Every year you should be doing that. In fact, every quarter, think about what have I accomplished. And get used to writing those things down. Those of you that have LinkedIn, you should be putting those accomplishments there because it speaks to your past presence. An example of someone who has great past presence is Nelson Mandela. Even now he's not living, right? But remember when he was older, towards the end of his life, right? He would come out, and he wasn't the same Nelson Mandela before, or Muhammad Ali. Think about that, right? They're older. Even Muhammad Ali, by the end of his life, he was struggling with Parkinson's, I believe. So he was no longer evil, but this is the same man that you say sting like a butterfly. Right? He seemed like a bee rather, right? He would say all these things, so he was known for excellence. Your past presence will speak for you even when you can't speak for yourself. So when Nelson Mandela would walk in, even if he didn't say a word, or even if he couldn't, because he was Nelson Mandela, and we know all of what he did, that's past presence. So even like Union Bank is an old bank. There's a past presence that this bank is trading off on. Because it's one of the older banks. It's not a new generational bank. It's not today you started. So no matter what, it's still relevant because of that past presence. So what is your past presence? I want you to begin to think about that. Then your future presence is when you've come into a situation, you've done something so well, that people are like, oh, that girl, she did such a great job there. I know she's going to do great things next time. So they're already anticipating what you're going to do based on the impact you had in the presence. So that becomes future presence. So people with strong personal brands have good past presence and good future presence. Does that make sense? So you want to be thinking about those things. Future presence is about impact in the now. Past presence is about impact you had in the past. So you want to stay on brand. And these are some things you do to stay on brand. One, you have to begin to focus on your area of expertise, right? And showcasing your knowledge. So if you are excellent in marketing, if you are excellent in customer service, you need to not just be thinking about, I do my job really well, but you want to be looking for ways you can showcase it. So maybe you want to say to your superior, you know what, I'd like to have a small seminar, lunch and learn on how to close the deal. How to give better service. Or you can write an article about it, right? You write an article on LinkedIn on excellent service. If you're a good writer, if you're not a good writer, you can even do a video. Whatever it is, you want to start showcasing, this is where I do really well. To the right people, making sure that they see it. Does that make sense? Okay? You want to start sharing articles and newsworthy items. So on your LinkedIn or social media, even in here, right, in your day-to-day business, you can start sharing, I read this article. Imagine if you go to your boss and say, I read this article about businesses in the New York Times or something, or in the Guardian, or whatever. And you share with the boss, what the heck, this is a very serious-minded person. That's a way also, so you don't even have to write it. You just have to be able to identify it and share it. That's another way people are like, oh, she's really serious. So you want to share those things. Share your opinion on them too. So I read it and this is why I thought I should share it. You have to be consistent and constant. Like she said at the very beginning, it cannot be mask on, mask off. You cannot show up great one day and tomorrow, I don't care, I'm tired. You can't do that. Sometimes what I find with women is we have such conditional confidence. So because we have been trained to really think about our physical selves as a marker of success or not. So for example, maybe you gain weight. And so because you gained weight now, you don't want to show up the way you really, when you were, hey, I'm hot, I'm popping. You show up top. Does that make sense? Are you in agreement with that? Perfection is not the goal. No one is asking you to be perfect, but I am asking you to have progress. So if you make a mistake, if you don't show up perfectly today, that's okay. Make sure that tomorrow you show up. Every day you try to be better than the last day. You are your only competition, no one else. Right? And remember, your behavior carries more weight than your image. Even though I talked about how important your image is, your behavior actually carries more weight. So even if your image is not all the way together, it doesn't have to be. Because there are people that their image, like there's people like Michelle Obama. Who knows Michelle Obama? Right? Do you think her image is all the way together? Like, do you think her image is like on point? Anybody? I do. Her image is, I'm trying to be like her, right? Or Beyonce, or who else? Who are local luminaries? Like, who? Oprah too, okay. Now Oprah, good, so that's a good example. Oprah's image is not always on point, right? She's not, you can't say that people are not going to Oprah because she looks a certain way all the time. In fact, most people don't really know Oprah for her looks per se, right? And she's gone heavy skin, she's gone up and down in the looks, right? But she's always consistent in her behavior, in her talk, in what she offers, in what she delivers. So that's an important thing to note. Yes, this is important, but that's only one layer of it. What you bring to the table, always speaks for you, and is heavier than just how you look. Correct? So I want you to review your brand words. Take a few minutes and I want to ask some questions.
Always thought that I'm too much out there and it's not really good, but I've learned that it's not a bad idea to sell me, and I'm going to stick to it, and I'm going to do better, and I'm going to be all in your face, and I'll do it with no apology. Right away, I Googled myself and I saw 2 pages of what I have.
Right. Okay, anyone else who's coming up next? Okay,
this year I had a resolution, and one thing was my physical appearance. I actually have 2 kids, 7 years old and 5. I got second one will be 5 tomorrow, and my husband jokingly said something like, this your 5 year old, don't be show on the face. I said, okay. First night I cut her hair. He actually took me to the salon. Wow. They are going to be out there and you'll be seeing more of me.
Thank you. Is to always write down my accomplishments in quarterly basis or yearly. I need to know what I'm doing, if I'm actually growing or not. And if I'm not, I need to start doing more of everything I've learned. So I think.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, I want to just I think it, but I like to showcase your knowledge. And that's one thing I usually don't like to do. I like to shrink, let people not know that I'm too much, I'm feeling too somehow. But I think if you display your expertise in a way, in an educational way, try to educate people and showcase your knowledge, showcase yourself, it sells a great deal. And that was the way to start doing from now, like when I'll be on the basis of my own people too.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's really about visibility. So you're no longer invisible, but now you're showing up as the powerhouse that you are. Alright, does that sound good? So you are going to build this. You know the series is called The Billion Naira Woman. So you're going to build the Billion Naira brand. Who's building a Billion Naira brand?
That's me.
Yes? Did you have 30 million in the account? So that's what we need. When we're closing out, that's what we need. But I want to give you 5 minutes for any questions, comments, or answers. Questions?